Hi there, I'm Jill Allen, and this is Find Your Fierce, the show designed for women to discover your fierce, unlock an unstoppable mindset, build unbreakable courage, and completely transform how you show up every single day. Each week, I will bring ideas, methods, and strategies that will inspire you to step into your greatness and live life on purpose. Let's be fit, fierce, and unstoppable. Hey there, gang. Welcome to Find Your Fierce. So glad you are here with me as we kick off a brand new series called Chain Breaker. And in this series, we are diving into a bunch of things once again that the Lord has placed on my heart for me to share with you in hopes to propel you into what God is asking you to do, to finally let go of all the things that have been holding you back, and to break those chains so that you can unleash all that untapped potential that has been held back from the world. So let's peel back some layers today and get you reflecting on your own faith journey. But before we go any further today, I have to say that I love that you are here listening in and spending time with us. And I'm so honored that I get to be a part of your day because you are all so amazing. And I have to thank you for all your love and support. As always, I appreciate your feedback, your reviews, and I love that you share this podcast and the Set Free message with your friends and family. So if you could keep on doing that, that would be pretty amazing because you are helping this movement as it helps reach more women and it impacts more lives. And that is certainly what life is all about. So I cannot thank you enough. Okay, are you ready to dive in? I know I am. I'm pretty fired up about this series. So let's get started. Okay, so I once heard everyone is an example. Do you agree with that? An example of what to do or an example of what not to do? I know I've been told when I was younger, and I'm sure I've even said the same thing to my kids, be the example of what you do or who to be, to set an example for others. I know we can learn from every person we ever come in contact with. And I have to say, knowing who I don't want to be is also pretty priceless. And so we have to use that as nothing goes to waste. Absolutely nothing. And as I'm here with you today, I have to look back and think that I've had several examples of what not to do. And the thing of it is, I can bet that I have been an example for others of what not to do a few times in my life. And since we're all about talking truth here on Find Your Fierce, we have to believe that one thing is always true. Jesus has always been the ultimate example of what to do. I know my daughters are even wearing a bracelet from their church that says WWJD, what would Jesus do? And what a great reminder. Think about this. Jesus showed us how to live. He showed us how to love. And Jesus showed us how to get back up. Think about this. Jesus got back up. He has done all the things no other human has ever done. And some days it's really hard to make sense of it. I mean, it truly is mind-blowing, but he got back up. And I know we know the story. I mean, we just celebrated Easter a few weeks ago. Jesus had been buried in a tomb on Friday after being crucified on the cross. And then on Saturday, the world fell silent. And then on Sunday, women came to his tomb and found the stone had been rolled away. The tomb was empty. And then these two angels appeared to them and said in Luke 24:6, he is not here. He has risen. Guys, Jesus got up. And what happened on that cross, it wasn't a bad dream. He did die. They did bury him, but he's not there anymore. He got up. He got up. And I know leading up to Easter, even throughout the Easter service at church, I kept thinking about this. How incredible the story really is, how powerful it is, how inspiring, and the fact that we have, get this, we have that exact same power that was given to Jesus for him to get back up. We have the exact same power that it's available for us too. Do you realize that? I can't help but believe that is what God is asking you and I to do today. He's asking us to get up. Don't stay where we've been. Don't get stuck here. Move on and rise up. It's kind of like she's not here anymore. She has risen. And she may have been stuck here. She once struggled here, but she isn't here anymore. She's risen. And whatever we do, all I know is we can't wallow and rise up at the same time. It's pretty hard to have a pity party and rise up at the same time. I know the first few months of 2022 may not have gone as you had planned. It's like, okay, we're in May. Welcome to month 5. Get up. The past 30 years of your life may have been dark. There may have been unfair things that has happened to you, and it stinks. And I'm truly sorry, but I'm here to get you fired up. Get back up. You don't deserve to be knocked down, but do you deserve to have to stay down? If you stay down, you're keeping yourself there. You can get up right now. I know Jesus left the grave behind him. Now it's your turn. Get fired up here. Leave the grave behind you. Whatever has held you back in the past does not have to bind you today. Whatever tripped you up and caused you to stumble can be your history and not part of your future. Leave it behind. Break the chains. And you know what I love about Jesus? And I know there's a whole lot of things to love about Jesus, but I love the fact that he went through hell for us. He was beaten for us. He was whipped for us. He was tortured for us, hung there on the cross, and took on every sin and sickness on my behalf, on your behalf, fully surrendered his life for you and I, was put in the grave where he stayed for 3 days. Then he got up without the continual need to rehash all he had just gone through. Do you ever rehash things? I know I have. Like a broken record player, telling the same hardship over and over and over to anyone who will listen. Repeating the same story again and again where you're the star lead and victim in your movie. I finally realized, and I pray that you will as well, that doesn't help us much, especially when I want to move on and live a life of freedom. I was wearing this badge of hurt or betrayal, sorrow, which turned my heart toward like bitterness and resentment. And every time I would tell the sob story, it was like I was digging a deeper hole and giving myself permission to stay down a little bit longer. But if we go back to Jesus, he didn't do that. He got up on Sunday. And when he showed back up with the disciples, he was like, I'm here now. What's done is done. That's over. I'm here and we have work to do. And as you get back up today, because I know that you can do just that, I encourage you to resist the urge to rehash how bad getting knocked down was. Don't relive that. Don't go back there. Don't you know that's what's keeping us down? We're only making it harder on ourselves. Why would you reread the text message that rips your heart apart? Delete it. Why would you let the whole scene replay in your mind on a loop? Be done with it. When those images and thoughts start replaying in your mind, and they will, we have to get up and change the channel. The remote for our life is in our hand. We get to choose what we think about. We get to choose what we talk about. It's done. We can't go back and change it. It's over, and maybe it really sucked. I hate to use that word because I get on my daughter when she uses it. So I apologize for that. But we're here now, and we have work to do. Get up. And I know I can just hear you now. You're sitting in your car, or maybe you're going out for a jog or a hike right now, or maybe you're cleaning the house, cooking dinner, listening to this podcast, and you're thinking, Jill isn't being very nice today. Jill's kind of being hardcore. I like the soft all is going to be okay, Jill, a little bit better. She thinks it's just that simple to get up and brush yourself off. And you might even be thinking, just because Jesus got up doesn't mean it will be easy or that easy for me to get up. And you're right. We're not Jesus, and it's not going to be easy, but it's necessary. It is necessary for you to get up today and move forward. It is necessary for you to show up for your life and do what needs to be done. It is necessary for you to carefully choose your thoughts and your words so you don't get stuck again, so you won't live a life with these imaginary chains that are holding you back. Wherever you once were in life, let it be said, she's not here anymore. She is risen. And maybe you were the girl who was dealt a really bad hand with your childhood, but you're not there anymore. You have risen. Maybe you were the woman who went through a divorce and it nearly killed you, but you're not there anymore. You have risen. Maybe you've had some setbacks and some hard mountains to climb, and you've struggled with depression and anxiety, but you're not there anymore. You have risen. Maybe you've made some world-class jacked up sideways choices in the past, like we all have, shameful decisions and actions that still threaten to haunt you today, but you're not there anymore. You have risen. Fill in the blank. You once were, but now you have risen. Let me ask you, how have you risen? How have you got up? You got up because Jesus got up. He showed you how to leave the grave behind. He showed you how to rise up and get to work. And he has given you the strength and the courage to do it for yourself right now. What's that song by Lauren Daigle? The darkness should have known you're still rolling stones. God is still rolling stones. He is still inviting us to step into this miraculous moment where we leave behind that darkness and we rise up. It's time to get up. Get up in your fitness and health. Get up in your relationships. Get up in your career. Get up in your spirit. Get up in your thoughts. Get up in your conversations. Get up in your commitments. Get up, show up, level up. That's what time it is. Rise up. You're not stuck. Repeat after me. She is not here. She has risen. Wherever you were once stuck, God has rolled away the stone and called you to rise up. The chains do not hold you back any longer. You are a chain breaker, a game changer, one who changes the atmosphere. You are a mover. You are a shaker. Get up. Use Jesus as your example. If you're wanting more fire in your day, there's so much for you to do so. You can follow me on Instagram, snag a copy of my book Set Free on Amazon. Join us for the Just Breathe small group, the Flip the Script one-on-one nutrition coaching, or the next retreat. We are heading to Glacier, Alaska, St. Thomas this year, as we've been all over the place on epic adventures that allow us to step outside our comfort zone. So be sure to go to JillAllenCoaching.com for all updates or join the Just Breathe Facebook group. We would love to connect with you. Heads up on the next episode, we are continuing the Chainbreaker series to help propel you into living a life of true freedom. So be sure to pop back in next week. Thanks so much for joining us today. And I pray that we filled your heart with joy. If you could let us know before hopping off here today, that would be incredible. Subscribe, share this episode link on your social media if you felt encouraged or inspired, as we all know someone that can benefit. And I would love it if you would give some feedback and a review as well. Talk with you next time. Be fit, be fierce, be unstoppable. See ya.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.